Hi everyone, it's Tracy here. I wanted to come on and talk to you today about trauma. And what is trauma? Trauma for some people can be a huge word, and it really doesn't have to be, because as therapists, so many of us know that trauma is something that everybody has. In the most basic terms, what trauma is an incomplete cycle that happens in your body. What we've come to understand about trauma is that it doesn't have to be a big event. It doesn't have to be something big and scary that happened to you and huge that you need to dig deep and talk about. What trauma actually is any time the cycle didn't complete. So any time that you went into fight, flight or freeze response, sometimes something's happened to you and you were unable to complete the cycle, then that is a trauma that gets locked in your body. So if you go into a fight cycle and you are unable to complete the cycle, you are unable to shift all of that emotion through your body, then that incomplete cycle goes into the nervous system and is held as a trauma. If you go into flight and you feel like you need to run, but you don't actually complete the full cycle of that emotion of being able to get yourself out of there and let it shift through you, then that is an incomplete cycle, and that trauma gets held in your nervous system. If you go into freeze mode, so if you literally freeze when something happens and you're not actually able to come out of freeze, shake it off and move through it, then that's an incomplete cycle, and that will be held into your nervous system as a trauma. So these things can happen from big events, or they can happen from really, really small things. It can be as simple as you get a fright from something that happens around you and you freeze a little and your body comes up and you go, I'm not sure what to do about it. People are looking at me though. I won't complete it. You go into your head and you stay down. So what happened in that moment is that little bit of trauma came through your body and locked into your nervous system because you didn't complete the cycle. What you may have needed to do in that moment was have a little bit of a shake, have a move, just get that through and let it out, and it wasn't able to happen. And of course, trauma also happens from some really big and horrible things that have happened in people's lives. But I wanted to take the charge out of the word trauma, so that when I say that I understand that most things, and a lot of the things I do in coaching is I'm a trauma-informed coach from my counselling, I can actually go in and support the healing of your trauma. And it's so important because we have all of this locked in our nervous system. That's also what I mean about working somatically. If you're working in the mind, then the nervous system is still holding those little traumas. You can talk about it with therapists for years. But if you're not actually going into the body, allowing that cycle to complete, allowing that out of your nervous system, then you're actually going to continue the cycles. So that is what trauma is, and I just wanted to give you this quick video about what it was about. And next I'm going to talk to you about what happens in the psyche when a trauma like that happens in your body.